Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us today to learn how to use Nimble as a team. My name is Nedia and I'm Nimble's community manager. One of the most important things when using Nimble with multiple users is to make sure that everybody knows what contacts to bring in, how to organize them, how to merge duplicates, and etc. It's a good practice to create an internal document that can help your employees to guide them through the process of importing contacts and a short list of some best practices. We will start our webinar by discussing just that. As I said, if you have any questions or feedback during today's session, please type them into the question box and we'll cover them at the end of today's session. So for those who are either new to Nimble or think about trialing it, let's take a look at what Nimble CRM is. Nimble is an easy-to-use CRM that works for you in Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, and wherever else you work. It automatically combines your contacts, communication histories, email inboxes, and calendar appointments. Nimble also has both iOS and Android mobile applications, so you can use Nimble on the go. For today's webinar, we'll jump right into contact import and organization strategies and how to use Nimble as a team. However, if you're interested in an overall demo of the application, you can either head to our YouTube channel and watch one of our previous webinars, which was the one that we did last week, or you can register for the general Nimble overview, which we'll be hosting next Wednesday. Vivian, if you can send our YouTube channel on our chat box, that'd be great, just so the audience can have easier access to it. So now that we talked about the basics of Nimble, let's go and show the app itself. So as soon as you log into your Nimble account, you will first see the Today page. The Today page is designed to allow you to completely customize it to your own specific needs, the role you play in your company, and help you keep track of your most important to-dos. But before we start diving more deeper into it, I would like to take you into settings and cover the best practices because I want you to avoid common mistakes people make when inviting team members and importing contacts. So in order to go to settings, just go to the circle on the top right corner of your Nimble account over here, and then go down to networks and imports. One of the best ways to ensure that you and your team will enjoy and continue using your CRM is to ensure that it has good data in it. The steps that we will cover might mean a bit more work for you initially, but will definitely pay off in the long run because the last thing you want to do is spend hours cleaning up your database after you and your team members import contacts into Nimble. This is also important as importing unnecessary contacts might take you closer to reaching the basic contact limit of 25,000. There are upgrades available and you can purchase additional 10K contacts for an additional $10 per month. But if you're trying to keep your costs down, this is an important thing to consider. So the best practices for data import is 1, create a list of all your contact sources. 2, clean up your data sources. 3, create a contact organization strategy. 4, delegate permission. And 5, inform your team about contact organization strategy. Before you start importing any contacts into Nimble, and especially before you invite any team members, you should create a list of all the places where your contacts are coming from. Your contacts may be in or any of the following locations. It could be Outlook or Contacts, LinkedIn, spreadsheets, Twitter, third-party applications like QuickBooks Online or MailChimp, or your current or former CRM, which could be Salesforce, Pipedrive, or HubSpot. Once you have the list of all your data sources, consider spending some time reviewing all your contact sources and deleting all contacts that don't have to be in your CRM database. So these can be outdated or incomplete or personal contacts you might have. So this part might be time consuming, as I said, but it really does pay off in the long run. Another important thing to do before you start importing your contacts is to think about how you would like to be organizing your contacts. In Nimble, you can organize your contacts using tags, and you can also use custom data fields, and you can also use a combination of both. Before your team starts importing their contacts, consider coming up with a naming structure for your tags and data fields. So for example, if your entire team is on Gmail, like let's say that I'm a part of your team and I'm importing my contacts to Gmail. So let me do that really quick. Connect email and contacts. Let's do Gmail and allow. So it might be a good idea to create a tag whenever they're importing contacts. Oh, what happened? Let me try that again. It worked last time I was testing this out. Okay, well, I don't know why it's not showing up right now, but normally what would happen is that once you allow access to your Gmail to Nimble, it will show up another pop-up and explaining like who should be the owner and the privacy of all those contacts you're about to import. But for tags, what I recommend is do Gmail dash your name and then another dash and the month and the year that you are importing these contacts. And I wish I can show you guys. I don't know what's happening. I will let my team know about that. But anyways, once you figure out your contact organization strategy and know exactly how you want your CRM database to be organized, let your team know. Create a document with instructions that you want everybody on your team to follow and make sure everybody understands them before they start importing any contacts into Nimble. So for example, employees are allowed to import contacts of the following sources while following the rules for import and contact organization. For Outlook, Gmail contacts, before import, clean up your contacts to make sure you will be only importing important business contacts. Upon import, apply the following tag to your import. So like I said, Outlook contacts, your name, and then dash the date that you are importing these contacts. And then for LinkedIn contacts, export your LinkedIn connections into a CSV file and remove any personal connections or anybody that does not have to be imported into your team CRM system. And then for CSV or company spreadsheets, you can either match the names of the columns in your CSV file or to existing fields in Nimble before importing, or you can map them upon import. And then for using Nimble's integration with third-party applications, when setting up any integrations using any third-party application, always make sure that you are using a tag that clearly states where contacts are coming from. So if you're importing contacts from ActiveCampaign, just make sure you have ActiveCampaign dash your name and again, the month and the year, just so everyone knows where it's coming from. And then for social media contacts, let me scroll down a bit to social networks. Other social media contacts can be imported into Nimble on a case-by-case basis. The best way to import individual prospects or customers into Nimble from various social media platforms is to use Nimble's browser extension called Nimble Prospector. And we also have articles on our support page to help you import individual contacts from social media. Right, so that is the contact organization strategy. When you use Nimble as a team, it is important to think about how you will do so. The account admin will be able to delegate permission or grant access to certain features within Nimble. So these settings are available under Billing, and then go to Manage Users. From here, you can delegate individuals and group permissions, such as contact bulk export or delete, pipelines management, ability to view and edit private deals, manage billing, and much more. These options allow the admin to take caution and protect your Nimble database. If someone from your team decides to leave, they will not be able to take your database with them, or even worse, delete everything before they go. To make it easy, you can create groups of contacts and bulk permission or delete permission in bulk. For instance, if you create a group for your management team or your sales team, and as you hire more people, you can just add them to this group with previous sets permissions. So to set permissions for groups, navigate to Privacy Settings, which is right underneath Billing on the left side. And then it should automatically be on the Management Teams tab. And then you can create your groups from here. Please note that the account admin has access to all contacts in the database. When you create a Nimble account, you automatically default as the account admin. As a first step, you should create groups to set default permissions when adding new users to the account. Now moving on to the configuring privacy table setting. So let's go to the Contacts tab. So in the Contacts tab, you can configure your table settings to see the privacy column under your custom view. And to do that, just go to Configure Table on the right side of your screen, and then select Add a Field. So let's do privacy. I already have mine, but I'll do a new example. And it says I already have it. But over here, you can also do is pin it if you would like to be the very first column. And it moved over there. Let me unpin it. And you can also move it around as well to your desired spot. I liked it where it was, so I'll put it back where it originally was. All right. So a Nimble tip for you, add the owner field by taking the same step, and you can view this column along with the privacy column to quickly see who the contact belongs to. So that is what I have done over here. To update the ownership and privacy field for an individual contact, use the inlining editing feature by selecting one of the options from the drop-down list. For privacy, you'll see the following options. You can pick Share with Everyone, which means anyone on your account can view and edit. You can set it as Privacy Owner, meaning only the contact owner can view and edit. You can also do Viewable to Everyone, meaning that anyone in your account can view, or you can also do a custom privacy, which allows you to pick specific people or groups that can view or edit that contact record. To update the ownership and privacy field for a selected group of contacts, simply choose which contacts you would like to edit. So let's do Nita and Kim. And then all of these options should pop up above. Click on Actions. And then from here, you can change the owner of the contacts you selected, and also the privacy. And let's do Share with Everyone. And once you edit that, it will show up on the top or the bottom left or bottom right corner of your screen to show that the following has been completed. All right. And then here's another Nimble tip for you. Use segmentation to locate all contacts that are assigned to you as the owner. For more details, you can look at our support article and search up Nimble segmentation feature if you would like. But I'll show you guys really quick on how to do that. So let's go back to the original text and then go to segment search, add contact filter, and then you could do contact owner is, and then you can pick people from your team and see what contacts that they own. So let's do me, update, and these are all my contacts. So be mindful of the changing privacy and the contact owner, as you may no longer see the contact yourself if you are not the admin or in a group appointed to view all contacts. So if you are the admin or have been granted permission, contact privacy can also be set on contact records. So let's go to John. And then from here, if you want to change the privacy setting, just go to the left side of the screen and the drop-down menu should appear where you can change the privacy options. So if the contact has been set to private, you'll not view the contact. However, if the contact has been set to viewable to everybody, you'll be able to see all details, including information in the interactions, data field, and social tab. However, if you will not be able to edit any information except for attaching files to the contact record. Nimble keeps a log of all changes made to a contact record in change log, and to go to that, just click on the 3 dots and then click on change log. You will now be able to see when and who on the team made changes for the contact record, including changing ownership and privacy. When creating a new contact record, let's go to add person. At the very top, you can change the owner of the contact record that you're about to add, and you can also automatically change the privacy as well. So I believe that is it for the training webinar for using Nimble as Teams. Like I said, if you want to have a general overview, just go to our webinar page and sign up for the one that we are hosting next week. Also, tomorrow, we have an influencer webinar with Anita. She's going to talk about how to use the principles of psychology and persuasion in your sales motives. All of these will be listed in the Nimble webinar page. And we also have a special offer for new users. If you sign up today, you get 30 days of Nimble for free. Vivian, if you can send this URL to the chat box, that would be great. And then it's time for questions. So let's see if we have any questions. All right. So it looks like we do not have any questions. Okay, so I see one. How to show email that is sent to a contact. So normally, oops, wrong tab. So normally when you send email to a contact, all you have to do is select that contact record. Oops. My thing would go. Let me see if I have one for Michaela as an example. And all emails should show up under interactions to message. Hopefully that helped. Okay, I believe that is it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, are these visible to everyone? I believe not. For mine, it is because I have this padlock right over here unlocked. But if you want it to be private to yourself, just click it, and then it's already private if I do that. I know it's very small. I wonder if I could zoom in to show. Let's see. Yeah, but it's this padlock. So make privacy, and then, well, now it's public to everyone, but now it's private to myself. Well, it looks like that is it. Thank you so much for joining us in today's training webinar. Again, if you want a general overview, sign up for our one next week with Vivian. I believe she's going to be hosting it. And if you have any more questions, please message our care team at care@nimble.com. They'll be happy to help you with any questions you might have. Anyways, have a great Wednesday, everyone.